Welcome in, Wrestling Legacy Podcast, episode
2.
Dose.
I'm Don.
I'm Steve.
Let's jump right into it.
Absolutely, let's go. It was a heck of a week of wrestling.
Yes, we had 2 huge episodes.
Yep.
Smackdown we'll start with.
Smackdown.
Last Friday. Had titles change hands again.
Titles change hands.
Let's start with Cody Drew.
I went back and forth on it, whether it was going to happen. Because Drew, I feel like, has been such a good heel champion.
Yes.
I wasn't in a hurry to get the belt off of him, so when Cody won, I wasn't surprised, but I gotta admit, I was a little disappointed.
Yeah, I get that. I feel like Drew is, and this is, I could be completely wrong, I feel like he has been holding a title, going into so many big events. Obviously, WrestleMania is the biggest of them all, but and then he always manages to lose the title right before. Not always. He has main evented some pay-per-views, or, PLEs.
I saw a meme this week that showed Seth and Drew, and it said, 10 years from now, people will remember these two as the two that gave back the most future talent.
Yeah.
And I thought, yeah, I mean, they have let the ball go down on some big ones.
Right.
Obviously just taking the fall. And Drew, I feel like, is still due for a good run.
I do like where they're going with Fatu. So Fatu, he went for the chair shot on Cody. Fatu grabbed the chair, changed the entire match. Cody ends up winning.
Yep.
So Fatu Drew can be amazing.
Absolutely. It could be violent. That's going to be a violent match.
Yes. They'll both go and do anything, go to all lengths to...
Absolutely. And you know what I noticed, and I always tell you this, like, they had that, as soon as that match ended, they already had the little picture on the screen for Cody versus Randy. I mean, almost instantly.
Right.
Like, they didn't waste any time. Like, they knew what was going down, and they weren't going to play it off like, oh, maybe we'll see what happens next week. No. Like, as soon as Cody 1, 2, 3, it was like, okay, Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. It was like, so in my head, obviously, like I said, I thought it would have been cool for Drew to hold it. But as far as a storyline purpose, Cody Randy.
Oh, absolutely. I'll say this, and Cody Randy main event for the title is as big as it gets, as awesome as it gets.
It is.
It'll be interesting to see where we go with heel turns, because right now, Randy and Cody are both on the face side of things.
Mm-hmm. I think there's only been, I looked it up, there's been 3 WrestleManias where it's been face versus face. That's not many.
No, and I think we're staying at 3. I think one of these two is going to snap.
It's very possible. I don't... And you know what? Even one of them was like Batista and Undertaker, and I'm like, Batista or Undertaker was kind of in that gray area.
Right.
Like, I don't ever...
Everyone loved him. But would you consider him face? Yeah, I agree. No, Cody Randy is as good. I mean, obviously it's for the title. It doesn't even need to be for the title. That'll be...
Mm-hmm.
But it is. And Drew, Fatu, we'll see where they go with that next week.
There's 2 wild cards there.
Yep.
What is the deal with Sami Zayn?
Yeah. So he talked to Cody, he talked to Randy. He's losing his mind. Or lost it.
For some reason, when I got done with that episode and I just kind of sat there on the couch after it went off the screen for a while, I was like, are we closer to a Randy Cody Sammy than we are a Randy Cody Drew?
I think so.
Is that why he's playing both? Like, is he going to somehow swindle his way into WrestleMania?
Into the main event?
Oh, that'd be crazy.
And if not, you definitely have something for post-WrestleMania.
Absolutely.
They're doing a great job, especially if it is after WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing both sides. So you really, truly don't know who would win, because... And then you also have the element of the opening segment there with Trick Williams and Randy Orton.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
It's interesting. I also love the response that Trick Williams gets every week. It's crazy. It's like he's already where he's supposed to be.
Well, he says he's ready to main event. Whether WWE thinks so or not.
He's definitely ready for the main roster.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
And
without
then
a doubt.
I have this weird thing, and I know I've talked to you about it like several times the last couple weeks. This whole backstage thing with Aleister Black and Randy Orton and Sami Zayn possibly forming some sort of heel society, dark society, black society,
whatever they want to call it.
Whatever they're doing with that. Maybe they're not forming anything. Maybe I'm crazy, but the fact that when he said this is the way it's supposed to go for them, and it's just like, what are we doing?
And
like,
this a nice slow build up where he's here and there. It's not pushed like right you are, but there's something brewing, and it's going to be. I think it could be top notch.
I think so. I just don't know what it is.
No one does. That's awesome. That's Sammy, like you said, losing his mind. Aleister Black. They have so many directions for. Oh, it's going to be great. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't think we're done.
No, and I'm with you that I do believe at some point there's going to be some sort of dark faction, heel faction of Aleister Black and. But who?
I don't know. You know, Sammy couldn't have gotten any bigger than he was in the bloodline, and maybe you look at that, you look back at that, and you go, maybe Sammy's a faction guy.
Absolutely, and he even as so obviously Roman was the top dog, but man, there was that stretch where Sammy was the outsider,
the honorary Oos.
Yes, but man, he would come out and that every arena would.
Yeah.
Go nuts. And then when he turned on him, that was one of the loudest reactions all year last year.
It was crazy. I don't know where we're going with Sammy, but I love it. Every time he comes to somebody on the screen, I'm like, ooh, this is good. Like, I don't know where we're going, but it's good.
Yeah. That was him talking to Cody. There's something brewing. There is. I'm excited to see what it is.
Absolutely. And the other thing about the Trick Williams opening with Randy Orton, like, I get it. He came out. He said he was ready to main event WrestleMania. He took an RKO, and you're like, what was the point of that? But I think anytime WWE sends you out there to get in the ring with Randy, it's like, we're elevating you.
Right.
Like, they're not sending anybody out there. Like, you get out there.
Right. Yeah, they didn't draw from a hat. I also, with that, I don't think WWE just does something like that, and it just goes away. I don't think.
No.
That's the end of Trick Randy.
No, I don't think so. We might, that could be a future feud, or maybe that's a future mentorship.
So that would be something.
Yeah, it would, because those two just seem to. I get the vibe that they're like good buddies off screen.
Right.
Like there's definitely gel there. There's chemistry, and geez, some of those matches down the line, like I think the first thing I think of is Michaels and Triple H, like. Good friends off screen, just and every match
even
was crazy.
Better. Yes, they used to go. Every match, the ring ended with more blood in it than it did left in their bodies. Then we had, I love this open challenge every week.
Oh, Carmelo Hayes.
It's
really good.
Anytime there's an unknown, I think it really draws attention. The people love it.
Mm-hmm.
They're all over it. This week was an interesting. I don't think many people. Okay, so you're obviously the biggest wrestling fan I know. Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. comes in.
Yep.
And you are like, okay, I know this name.
Yeah, I thought it was his dad.
Which, yeah, you were like, if this is the guy I think it is, he's old.
Like I thought it was his dad, who's in his like 60s, and like I'm like, cause I didn't know about Junior, and I was like,
about 5 seconds into the match, we cleared that up. That this guy's moving
well too good for his 60s,
right?
But what a banger of a match.
Yeah. He can go out. These, I will say, the connection with the AAA promotion, those guys can go. I mean, they aren't going to get, obviously, any crazy push at WWE, but when they come, every match, it seems like, is really, really entertaining.
Yeah, they're like, they have like a different style. And it's not just like, oh, it's a luchador style. Like, each guy has like their own little thing, and it's cool.
Yes, it is. And Carmelo, every week, I give him props. Those matches are back and forth, and you assume he's going to win, because I believe this carries into WrestleMania, and then they have an open challenge, maybe.
Yeah, who would you... Ooh, I have two people in mind. Kevin Owens, Jericho.
Oh, man.
Those are the two that come to mind when you go, okay, who doesn't have anything on the card, who's been rumored, and open challenge. And it's like...
Jericho, that... Where there's smoke, there's usually fire.
Yeah, and you know what? The cool part about Jericho would be you could have him come in, take the match. You could have him lose to Carmelo. Yeah. And it wouldn't matter.
Right.
Like, he would still be like, oh, if Jericho came out, like, it'd still be awesome. Where if Carmelo faces KO, there's a little more shot that KO takes the belt. Mm-hmm. Good options, though.
Absolutely. He's done a great job with this run, I think. Because he's getting put in the ring every week with something different. A lot of times these wrestlers get into a story. You're wrestling the same guy. Yeah. You get a chemistry. You get in the ring. You feel good. You know what you're going with. He's coming out, putting out high-quality matches every week against somebody that he's probably never worked with before. I can't imagine he's ever worked with
Io Doing.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't think so. Man, I kind of was watching that, and I mean, I was thinking about how good Carmelo Hayes is, how good Trick Williams is, and Javon Evans. I'm like, man, NXT's kind of back.
Oh, absolutely. That's Javon Evans goes. We'll get to him when we get to Raw. He's got a future, a very, very bright future.
I think so. I think he's just adjusted different enough styles where it's like, oh yeah, he's a high flyer, but he also does stuff we've never seen before.
Right. Yeah. And I don't want to say anybody, but a lot of people can go off. It's changed. You used to have a very select few of people who could high fly. Mm-hmm. Now it's just athleticism through the roof with almost every wrestler. So you see it more, but like you said, you get a guy like Javon and it's just different.
Yeah, he's crazy. We'll get to that, though.
Yes, we will, because that's interesting. So we had our celebration of the tag team women's champions. Nia and Lash Legend came out.
This segment was rough.
Yeah, I understood where they were coming from. Give the tag champs their moment before you do the number one contender match, but it was dead. The crowd was not into it. They weren't feeling it.
No. As far as Nia Jax goes, and then this is obviously just my opinion, when I see her in interviews and stuff outside of character, like, she's a funny girl. Mm-hmm. Like, she's got a good sense of humor, and like, obviously she's got crazy wrestling lineage. It's like, I kind of want to see her get a different character evolution.
Right.
And just let her be herself.
Yeah.
Almost. Because, like, she hasn't really gotten over in a long, long time.
No. And I agree with you. I think they try, because of her size, they try to force her to be this bully all the time. Come out and just overpower and nasty when you don't need to be.
And anytime I ever see her in an interview or I see her on a show, it's like, oh, she's hilarious. But like, and then she's like the unstoppable force, and I'm like, I don't know. It just doesn't hit with me, and it hasn't hit with fans in a long time. But Lash Legend helps.
Yes,
the two together are good.
Lash Legend is very popular right now. Talked about it last week a little bit. That Rumble performance by Lash was incredible. Mm-hmm. So they get interrupted, though, and it turns into a number one contender match. Bliss and Flair, which, random, but I still love it.
Yep. It's good to see them doing something.
Yes.
Last time we saw Charlotte Flair, she was in the back eating ice cream, depressed.
Yeah.
I don't know where it goes. I don't know where it goes from here.
No, they beat Kiana James and Julia.
Yep. Kiana James is damn good.
Yes, she
Julia's
is.
steady.
Match was okay. I think everybody knew that Bliss and Flair were winning to get
For
that
sure.
number one contender spot. So now you got that. We'll see where they go because there really wasn't any build up after the match. So next week, hopefully they throw a little fire on it, but we'll see.
Women's tag titles, I don't know. It hasn't hit yet to where we're like, oh yeah, like this is. I'm not saying it's a bad division.
Right.
It's competitive. It just doesn't
doesn't
hit.
Right. They need like a fire lit from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And that could be anybody. You could do it with any female wrestlers. Any woman can come along.
Mm-hmm.
They really could. It's just got to be. And who knows? Maybe they're going to do it now. Maybe next week we'll get some promos and we'll build on it. But for now, it's tough.
For sure. For sure.
So,
I'm laughing at the next topic. I'm already excited.
Yes, your boy Johnny Gargano. Depressed. No more for 5 minutes. Not even, I don't think it lasted 5 minutes.
I'm conflicted. Good segment.
Yeah.
Entertaining. You know, his wife gets him pumped up. He's laying there in the back. And I thought the last couple weeks of him laying around in different places depressed was hilarious. You know,
Yes.
Ciampa goes to AEW. It stuck with me. And then he got the ambition to go out there and calls an open challenge out. And man, he got it.
Yes, he did. Here comes Oba, who is an animal. He has just been tearing through everybody.
Yep.
I love it. Every SmackDown, Raw, every week, somebody else, usually, and he just destroys them.
He's got charisma.
I actually did enjoy how they finally did get him to do this open challenge and Oba Femi comes out. I thought it was funny.
It was funny. Oba's good. Like, I watch him and I'm like, oh, he's not just another boring big guy.
No, he's not.
He's got the crowd behind him. He's got a cool entrance. He's got, facial expression. Like, he's got the package going.
Yes, he does. He's quick for his size, and he can, just brutally strong.
Yeah. I didn't think that Gargano would win, but I was kind of hoping that we'd get something a little more out of him.
Yeah. I'm wondering if they're just going to put him back into depression.
So my thing with Gargano is, and this is completely just based off years and years of watching, is like, Gargano's good. Like, that guy had 5-star matches for years, and he's done nothing on the main roster.
No.
Nothing. And it drives me crazy. And it's like, there's got to be a place for him. I'm not saying to fire back up the Cruiserweight division. I'm not. But maybe there's some sort of way that you can build matches with smaller guys to where it's competitive. Maybe
right.
Like an under 210 class where you're like, okay, well, we got Gargano and we got maybe some of these guys from AAA.
Javon Evans would be close.
JD McDonough.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to think of people who are like in that size and rank. Maybe Gabe will probably be like the cap of that.
Yes.
Because he's a pretty thick dude. But as far as that goes, like, there's a lot of talent in those guys, and they're basically used for squashes at this point.
Yep, they are. Gargano that has to be probably the shortest match of his career.
right back into depression.
Yeah.
Did you see the video after of the wife giving him a piggyback ride out?
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. He's, like, slumped over the back.
So there we go.
He's right back into, and, like, does that lead anywhere?
I don't know. How long? I think it's funny. I enjoy it, but I'm sure it doesn't hit every fan the same. But how long can you keep someone
just laying there?
Yeah, right. Man, it was funny though. It was. As soon as Oba Femi's music hit, it was just like Oh boy.
Maybe Aleister Black comes along and says, "Hey, I have a path for you," and we draw him out.
100% could be. That would be. It's something like that could happen
for sure.
So, we had a little bit of tag team turmoil. That was pretty interesting. Damian Priest was backstage and looking for any sort of involvement.
Yep.
And that's when they broke the news to him he would be tag teaming with R-Truth, who is incredible.
And a fountain of youth.
Oh my goodness. He's grew up watching John Cena.
Yeah, I love when he says that. Yeah, for those of you who are like in and out of watching wrestling, R-Truth, mid-50s, 53, 54, somewhere in there.
Would never know.
Never know. Guy's crazy athletic, moves great. Loved the back body drop, 5-knuckle shuffle,
yes.
Attitude adjustment.
Right.
Stealing all of Cena's moves.
You could. I'd be willing to say he's possibly the funniest person on the roster as well. I mean, Danhausen's making his name quick, but R-Truth has just been on a camera years now, where if a camera's in front of him, everybody's laughing.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
Him and Damian Priest win. I actually enjoyed the end, how it ended too, where they both hit the finisher, the attitude adjustment. Yep. And South of Heaven at the exact same time. That was cool.
It was cool. It was unexpected.
Yes.
I feel like they need each other. Damian Priest, good wrestler, doesn't pull it for me in like it doesn't pop out at me at times.
Right.
And R-Truth's got a little bit of he's got the comedy side.
Mm-hmm. And
maybe that works.
Well, I was thinking about this morning actually when I was going over it in my head. I'm like, every once in a while they put these guys together or these women together that just are like not anything like each other. Characters don't align, and it works.
Yeah.
Remember, who I personally enjoyed a lot was Kane and Daniel Bryan. That was
Team Hell No.
Yes. They just things like that. It's like you would never think, and all of a sudden it works.
I think that's a perfect example. I think that's like the perfect example. I don't know why that worked.
But it did.
And it did. And I don't know why Priest and Truth works. But when it got done, I was like, whatever. And then when it happened, I was like, oh, that's kind of good.
Going forward, you see promos in your head where Priest is all business and R-Truth is R-Truth. And it's just they're going to make some laughs, I think.
Absolutely. How long does it take before R-Truth calls Danhausen Sting? It's coming, right?
Yes, it is. Oh, that's going to be... then he's cursed, and then who knows? I really like where that can go. I mean, we'll find out where it goes, but I'm excited. Because I haven't been... Damian Priest with, Judgment Day, he got a heck of a push relatively recently, last year.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't the biggest fan, personally. I never really, really bought in. I'm excited to see where this goes.
I am too. Damian Priest, for me, I don't know. The push felt... fans were behind it a little bit, and then it kind of sizzled out.
Yeah.
He kind of sizzled out. I think he's a good wrestler. I think he's a good dude. For me, this works. And in the past, it hasn't worked for me. So to see him pair up with Truth, I'm excited about it.
Right. So then, we left off. We got one more moment on SmackDown that was important. You had Jade Cargill and Rhea Ripley go face to face.
Loved the promo.
Yeah?
Loved it. Cargill worries me. Obviously, one defense in 7 months, but I think they're working with her behind the scenes.
Right.
Ripley's the right person for it.
I
think there's more than what you're seeing on the screen with those girls.
Yeah. I enjoyed the promo overall for the fact of they keep telling each other how much they respect each other, but they really are showing that they do not like each other at all.
I think there's a lot to be had with that match. I don't know who wins.
No. True toss-up.
True toss-up. I don't know if Cargill, the reason they haven't done her defend is because they got to the point where they're like, she's not ready. We shouldn't have put the belt on her. And I'm like, but at the same time, like, maybe they're kind of treating her like a prize fighter, because nobody looks like Jade Cargill.
No,
nobody. And the way she acts, the way she's treated, maybe she's like the prize fighter of the women's division. Like, she's like Lesnar. She'll show up when she wants to, and there's nothing anybody's going to do about it. She's going to dominate Ripley at Mania.
That'd be
crazy.
Yes, it would. I tell you what, if they have her just dominate that match, when you can go places afterwards, and that could be amazing. But I truly believe, though, you're going to have to defend it more often. The title. You can't do it every 7 months.
Do you think, I know fans would go crazy, but do you think that that's the best way for it to go? Is Cargill goes in there and makes it look not easy, but like puts her away?
Could be.
It's the way you build another star, because there ain't a lot of big women stars outside of those two.
And I think with how inactive she has been overall, I think if she went out there and put on a match like that, with the mystique, they almost built like a mystique of what are we going to get in ring at WrestleMania. Yeah,
I don't know. We see her so briefly, and when we do, it's not for long.
No. And I think you could absolutely, it's almost, it's a mystery, almost. You don't know what you're going to get. You don't know where it's going to go. And it's a great build-up. The two top women, I think, I think so. I don't think there's argument there.
No, and I think if you were an outside person looking in and you didn't know the product super well, like if you saw those two standing in the ring this week, you're like, yeah, I want to see that. Like, there's no doubt in my mind, I want to see where this goes.
Right.
But good SmackDown.
Yeah, I thought very solid. The main event was incredible. We kicked it off with that, but
yep. I don't know. Who do you think wins, Cody Randy?
I think Randy does it.
You think he does it?
Because I think they're going to try... they started this when he came back in January. Like, hey, I'm going for 15. Nothing else matters. Yep. Nothing else matters. However, if we want to circle back a little bit, Randy loses. He goes back on Raw, on either Raw, SmackDown, wherever, because he can go anywhere after Mania. Maybe Aleister Black finds him again after a loss, and he's in a bad place. Who knows?
It's true. Or, the other thing I was thinking about was we're kind of playing hot potato with the belt if Randy wins.
True. We have not.
So one of two things. We don't play hot potato, or when Randy gets it, he keeps it for a long time. Which I don't hate that. One last, 10-month run.
Right. And you could also completely build off of Randy. You could have other superstars be built off of a title run from Randy Orton.
Oh, for sure. Right away, Trick Williams.
Yep.
Put it in.
They put that in your head. Wasn't a huge moment.
No.
RKO, Trick spoke on the mic for maybe a minute, but it's there. They planted it, whether they do anything with that seed or not.
Absolutely. Put it at Backlash right after Mania.
There you go.
If Randy's got the title, Trick Williams says, "Hey,
But Cody retaining also would not surprise me in the slightest.
No, I don't. Like you said though, I don't know. The more we talk about this, the more I think Randy's going to win. I don't know where you go with Cody after that.
True.
Unless we're getting a heel Cody championship run.
Yes, I do think that's a possibility. I think there's a chance where we get heel Cody and face Randy. Because...
Absolutely.
We'll see.
Maybe Cody's the guy to join the Aleister Black crew. We just don't know it.
Right. They're really, really pushing towards something with that. All right, and then we had Raw, which was, I thought,
was
very... Yeah, Raw was incredible this week. We'll start off right with the opening segment because that was pretty chaotic. It was... I don't know if Adam Pearce is in the ring, calls out Seth. and then there's 20 masked men again. Which, I get we're still playing that, but the whole, so he gets in the ring, and he's face-to-face, and the Vision comes out. Then all the masked men get in the ring and dance around and left. I don't know how I felt about that. I thought that was kind of silly. I do know that...
It was definitely silly.
Yes. Silly's a word. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was interesting because I thought they could have done something better, but it got the point across that the Vision can't catch Seth because he has all these, I guess I'll call them minions, working for him.
Yep.
There had to be, 15 other guys out there with the hoodies and masks?
Yeah, where is that going?
Right.
Because I don't feel like we're getting a Seth one-on-one match. And the Usos doesn't make sense to put with Seth to take on the Vision. It doesn't.
LA Knight keeps showing up during these segments.
Yep.
So Seth disappeared, gone, with 15 other people, and then LA Knight just came out and attacked the Vision.
It's getting sloppy.
And then the Usos help. I don't know what I feel like the Usos are in like 3 different storylines right now.
They really are.
They're all over the map.
And maybe that's what WWE's looking for. Maybe they're like, hey, you don't know what we're doing with the Vision. Maybe they don't know what they're doing with the Vision.
True. I know Heyman, they reported after his attack last week, will miss a few weeks. He'll be out, missing time. Which I think really hurts the Vision. Obviously, Paul Heyman is the GOAT, but they're working on something, obviously.
I'm holding my ground. I think we're getting Seth and Brock, and I think we're going to have a segment here in a couple weeks where Brock comes out and takes out 15 masked men.
I would love to see that.
And
I love that.
I think you're just going to see masked men flying everywhere, and we're going to get a face-off with Seth and Brock, and it's to defend Heyman.
You can see that reach a breaking point.
Yep.
Heyman reaches a breaking point with these masked men and just calls in the Beast.
I think that's what we're doing. I just don't see a lot of... who else would you pin Seth with? I mean, he's already fought Logan Paul at Mania. Could you do it again? Sure. That kind of leaves Theory on the outside.
Right.
When I look at it that way, I'm like, Seth needs something good.
Yep.
And Lesnar he's available.
Well, and the biggest draw, probably in the last 10 years overall, every time Lesnar comes back.
Unless Gunther becomes a Paul Heyman guy.
They haven't done anything with Gunther other than said he'll be on Raw next week.
Yeah, he's not even showing up to the shows. Like, I don't know.
That's so interesting. Like I said, that left me scratching my head. I just can't tie in. So you got the Vision.
Yep.
You got Seth Rollins. You got Paul Heyman. It feels like Seth's issues with Heyman. The Vision, yes, but like mainly with Paul.
Yep.
Which is where you think Lesnar. I get, but the Vision. The LA Knight is just coming. He showed up in the ambulance out of nowhere, and now he attacked the Vision. Are they trying to build LA Knight and Seth versus the Vision? I think that would be. I don't think that's a good idea.
No, I think we're close. I think they're playing this game because I think they're waiting to see if Braun Breaker can make it back. From what I'm hear, it's close. It's like, we're talking like, I'm showing up at Mania. He was on like 8 to 12 weeks, and it puts him around that Mania spot.
He's got to get on the John Cena rehab tour, because that was insane.
I'm a huge Breaker guy, so maybe I'm just hopeful, but from what I've seen, like, got the hernia surgery done, he's recovering, and that dude's a monster.
Right. And maybe they are. Like you said, maybe they're just throwing... It's like, hey, watch this. It means nothing. We got this trick in the bag that we're really gonna... It's all leading up to.
Yeah, maybe Seth's, isolated and Breaker spears him, and that's... But that would have to be, like, another few weeks, and we're
you got to build something.
Gotta
You can't
build
just have them show up on Monday before Mania and then all of a sudden, or it could be for after. He could show up on Raw after Mania. You got to save. I mean, the Raw after WrestleMania is always the best Raw of the year, usually.
Yep, and I said about Gunther, I don't like that idea just because there's so many Paul Heyman guys now.
Mm-hmm.
But
Right.
I feel like this is going to turn out to be a good story.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, I just feel like they're taking us on a ride.
Yeah, it's almost like a distraction. Like, here, try to figure this out, but you guys really have no, which I don't. I have no idea what their plan is. I hope it's, I mean, I don't want to see Knight and Seth team up. I wouldn't hate it, but I think they both could go do their own thing and it'd be better.
For sure. I think probably best case scenario, we get Seth, Brock, LA Knight, Braun Breaker. That'd be a good show.
Yeah, let's sign me up. I'm in. I think,
like you said, as far as the Usos go, 54 storylines.
yeah, they're all over. I think that
Jay's hurt. He's not hurt.
yeah, that was interesting. He got jumped, he was on crutches, and all of a sudden they used the crutches as a weapon, and that was the end of it.
And then he came down pretty quickly this week.
Yep, he's fine, 100%. Maybe he'll start rehab with Braun. There we go.
He's the guy.
Yeah, just, couple 5-day recovery.
Absolutely. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the opening segment. I like when Raw kicks off hot and when Raw ends hot. And they have been on a habit of doing that.
Mm-hmm.
The masked men thing.
It was silly how they orchestrated it, I guess, is what I wouldn't say even issue. I just thought.
And if it is, like, I'm sure Seth's cleared, but maybe this is their way of delaying physical contact for just a little bit longer. And, if that's what we're doing, good.
You cannot risk a Seth Rollins injury again right now. You got to get him to Mania. And I don't think, like you said, he wouldn't have done a stomp at the Chamber unless he was cleared.
I agree. And I just think, like you said, we can't lose Seth. Just because of how many people we've already lost. But at the same time, I'm good with them being careful with him.
What I would like to see is down the road someday, go back like 2 months and see what their original plan for Mania was with the Vision. Before, pre-injuries, I would have loved to see, and who knows, let's hope we can get that. Maybe they can do another build-up for SummerSlam.
SummerSlam looks like a big target. I was thinking, that's funny when you said that, because I was thinking about Randy winning the title, and what's the biggest match we could make for Randy at SummerSlam? Like, in my head, he's already won the title, and he's at SummerSlam. I'm like, I gotta stop. Let's get to Monday.
We still got 5 weeks till the match even happens, but
I know, I've already passed Backlash, Money in the Bank. I'm at SummerSlam. I'm standing in the front row.
Yeah, that's right. So then we had the gauntlet for the Women's Intercontinental title for the number one contender.
Yes.
So, solid. It definitely took up. It was a very big time filler. It took a while.
It took a long time.
But it was good. It was solid. The ending I liked. So, a couple notes that I had jotted down. I believe they keep, every time Raquel gets close to any gold, something happens that's not off script, but it costs her every time. And that's going to lead to something sometime soon.
I agree. Eventually she's going to snap.
Because she was she entered early on in the gauntlet, and Liv and Vakir, that was random.
Yeah, I don't know what we're doing with that. That build-up I like, but I'm really confused by how 1 week one's there, the next week one's not there, and then all of a sudden we'll have a match for the IC belt and they're scrapped.
Right, and I'm wondering if they're going to move Raquel towards those, but it's just like random. So then, although I do like Bayley gets the win, I think that's a great idea. Bayley, actually, next week it's happening. Bayley AJ.
You got any opinions on it?
I see no way that AJ Lee loses the title before Mania.
I agree. I don't think AJ Lee loses the belt. I think if anything, maybe Bayley can squeak herself into a triple threat at Mania.
What I'm wondering, or I guess Bayley could win it, and then AJ get a rematch at Mania, and Becky gets her way into a triple threat.
Yeah,
so I think that's where we're headed. Actually, I think we're headed to a 4-way. I think they're building something with Lyra and Bayley.
Oh, they're definitely building something.
She helped Bayley win the title tonight because Kairi Sane was gonna attack Bayley and Lyra was there. But man, Lyra, their promos, you can tell that there's a break coming.
There's definitely smoke there.
So is it before Mania and we end up Fatal 4-Way? Does she cost Bayley at Mania and then you have Bayley Lyra?
I don't know. I really don't. That's such a weird one. Like
Yeah.
There's so much. You just said it when you were talking about Seth, and then you said it about the Usos. There's so many like side storylines going on, and I don't know if this is like bad writing or brilliant writing.
I think they're keeping avenues open.
They're playing it close to the chest this year.
Right.
Anybody that stood out to you during that gauntlet match? Anything that really jumped off the page that you loved? Who was in this gauntlet match? Do you have it written down?
Yeah, that's somewhere on there.
I'm trying to think of... why can I not think?
It's right here.
Let me take a look here. Yes. Ivy Nile.
Yes.
They got to figure something out with Ivy Nile. She's too damn good in the ring.
Right.
She's a monster.
And then the only reason, if I remember correctly, the only reason she got a pin was because of other things happening. She didn't even really...
Every time, I know like she was in with Gable and them and she just kind of floats around. But they should put her somewhere because every time I see her in the ring, I'm like, wow. Like, I don't see anybody else. Like, she's a monster in there.
Yeah, she's exciting.
But I'm hoping that you're right. I'm hoping that I'm going back on what I said. I always tell you I want a one-on-one match. I kind of want a fatal 4-way for the women's title, the IC title.
Chaos.
Yeah, go for it. AJ Lee, Bayley, Lyra, and Becky.
I agree. And then you can, I think that way, now, I don't know, maybe AJ Lee staying longer. I'm assuming this run ends after Mania. I think that's done. She's probably out. Mm-hmm. If you do Fatal 4-Way, you can have AJ Lee lose a title, maybe push it to Backlash for a rematch, but you can lose the title and not be pinned, and you have all that. Or maybe we are just overlooking it, and Bayley wins, or Bayley loses Monday, and they have a different plan that we don't even know about. But maybe Becky, AJ run it back.
It's possible. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's Bayley and Lyra just one-on-one, and but that's a mess. Raquel is the golden nugget in that whole deal, though, because she's gaining steam every week.
But weird things keep happening that cost her opportunities.
Maybe it's because of the next topic we have.
Curse?
Maybe she's cursed.
Oh, yes. Yes. So, El Grande Americano Original was scheduled to have a title match versus Penta.
Mm-hmm. Chad Gable.
Yes, Chad Gable, for anyone who doesn't know that. And Danhausen saw him backstage. They get into their little, I wouldn't call it a spiff, but you know how Danhausen promos have gone.
Yeah, very nice, very evil.
Yes. So he curses Gable, El Grande Americano Original.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, it's actually funny. So I was just watching, it went to commercial, then they came out, and you texted me. I didn't even realize. You're like, that's not Gable. That's the other.
Yeah, they swapped them. So,
And you saw those two, behind them in
Yes.
the. So did they jump him? Did the curse? The curse. Yeah,
no, you're saying it.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know, but the fans are fiending for more Danhausen backstage segments.
Yes. And I actually will say that it was the match was okay. That's another match where you put it on everybody, and I mean everybody knew who was going to win.
Yes.
So
100%.
that's okay. I think Penta's unbelievable.
Yeah, that springboard Mexican destroyer. I almost fell out of my chair. I literally saw it and I was like, that's the stuff that I used to see Penta do in the past before WWE, and I was like, I'm not saying that WWE kills movesets, but they definitely tame them.
Yeah.
They try to keep it simple, and when he hit that, I was like, oh.
Yeah, that was impressive.
It was chaos.
It was very impressive to watch. And I don't know, I guess next week they had shown that we're going to get El Grande Americano Original versus El Grande Americano, and the loser is done. I think it's time to go.
It's time to go.
I hope Gable loses because I would love to see him get a push in a different character elsewhere.
You want winner wins, and then that storyline's just cut. They go their separate ways.
I hope so.
I think that's probably the best move, right?
Yeah, I think it. I mean, given I was intrigued with it this week with the Danhausen curse, and then all of a sudden the other one's in the ring, but I'm good with it. I mean, maybe I'm in the minority. Maybe people are enjoying it. I enjoyed it at first. I'm just ready to move on.
I'm definitely ready to move on. And maybe it's because I'm a Gable fan.
Yeah.
I want to see the guy have a run.
He's been in a lot of roles where he's just like a comedy act.
Yeah, definitely a comedy act. But man, he can go.
You can put him in a serious role, or you can just let him go out there and wrestle. He can be in a comedy act, but let him go.
Let him come out and let's give him a push.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate it. I mean, but we'll see. Who knows? Maybe he wins next week and he continues on as Grande Americano.
But it's funny how Danhausen now, he gets the backstage segment, and now he's like their social media guy. He's selling T-shirts. He's selling T-shirts in the ring.
Yes,
they're like, oh, look at the numbers this guy draws.
You had me watch that video on YouTube of him during a commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Commentary is great when he's in there because it's
Corey Graves is excellent.
Yes, when he commented on, he's like, "Why are you laughing, Cole? We could be the next to get cursed." I was like, it's
I love that.
Gold.
I love that.
He also, I watched the segment, where people were trying to buy T-shirts and he was just giving them his shirt instead. It was funny. It was good.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, as someone who's gone to a few shows live, if I ever went up to a rack and tried to buy T-shirts and there was a superstar there, that would be awesome.
I'd buy it.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely. Well, he said, his T-shirt was in the letter E box, and he says, that means everyone has to buy a Danhausen shirt.
Yes.
E for everyone.
Yes.
I'm like, the guy's hilarious.
He is. They're working well with him right now, too.
Absolutely. Not going too fast. They're just...
The Miz is his mentor.
Do you think that goes anywhere?
No, I think that was a
one-off.
Quick. Yeah, but maybe. I love the Miz. I would be very happy.
Do you see a situation where Danhausen has a match at Mania?
I think a segment.
A segment at Mania.
I think he will be involved, but I do not think they're going to give him a match. They're not really setting him up for one. They kind of keep doing this. I guess, which our next topic, so this will work out well. I guess you could find a way to, give him Dom because of the curse, and now Dom's everything's falling apart the last 2 weeks for him.
Yeah.
The Judgment Day Fallout.
The Judgment Day Fallout this week. We knew it was coming.
Oh yeah.
I loved it.
Yes. They did well.
Did well. I guess I'll just attack the elephant in the room. Is this drawing out Demon Finn Balor?
That would be something. I would hope so, but I would be okay with it if it's just Finn as well. But
I think that's like I think you're getting an absolute premium showcase of the product if, at Mania Dom comes out with the purple luchador mask and then Finn comes out as Demon Finn and it's like, wow, we're getting something.
that would be amazing. I do believe that all signs point to Finn Dom.
That match is booked, right?
Yeah, has to be. They'd be crazy not to though.
Yeah.
But
I think you're right. And you know what? We called that last week.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't much of a call because I feel like they've kind of hinted at it for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But we said, we're heading towards Dom and Finn.
And
it's due.
And that could be amazing. Those two could put on a show. That's one of those cards that's like in the middle of a WrestleMania card that after WrestleMania you're going, that was the best match of the night.
Or I always love when they kick Mania off with a banger.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine the lights go down, and that's what we get for the first...
I'll tell you what, when we went and New Orleans and the Triple Threat
Oh, yeah.
kicked off, that, like you said, when you kick off with a bang, it's amazing.
The match that sticks out in my head is Mania 33, I believe. It's Florida. AJ Styles, Shane McMahon was the first match.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just... like, there was so much good stuff in it. And you're like, oh, well, this is the way to kick off.
Yeah, right. And they usually do try. The first match is always a big one. It's obviously not the main event, but it's always... Well, actually, in the both Manias we went to, Lesnar kicked off the second one we went to.
Yes, Seth won the world title on the first match of the night.
That's unbelievable. Heyman comes out. If we're not main eventing, we're getting out, and getting the hell out of here. They did. And you know what? I know it's all a show. Part of me thinks Lesnar was like, yeah, I'm getting the hell out of here.
I was going to say, I definitely think that there's times where kicking off a Mania like that is the way to go.
Right.
I do think that, like you said, and you've said it for years, Mania's too long.
Yeah.
And now it's 2 days too long. I still prefer the one show.
Right.
It becomes more of a spectacle event for me. Like, people can have people over for WrestleMania, where 2 nights, it makes it a little harder, and it really makes it hard to go.
Well, yeah, that's...
Because
open the checkbook. That's step one.
Yeah, open the checkbook, because Mania 2 nights, I mean, if you're taking 2 people, you're now buying 4 tickets.
Right.
Which is crazy. And that's before travel and hotel and...
Yep, you're getting a lot more... You're losing the average fan will not be able to attend these events.
No.
And those are the crowds. I think you'll agree, when you're watching an event, a crowd can make a world of difference.
I do think that's a big problem with WWE right now, is they've kind of priced out their audience that actually watches week to week.
Yep.
Like, they're targeting really big numbers in some of these locations, and it's like, I mean, I remember we went to Mania 34, so we're, 8 years ago, we were middle of the way down the arena. We only paid like $240 a ticket.
Yep.
That same ticket now is $1,400.
Yep. It's not reasonable.
No.
Especially if you have a family and you try to break that. It's just...
Well, that's the only thing that I'll stand. Vince always said that wrestling was generational. They were a fan as a kid, and they bring their kids, and their kids will bring their kids. We're not going that way anymore.
No. He hasn't done much right lately, but...
He had that right.
Yes, he did. I agree. And you know what? People have actually spoken out about it. That Vince was about... He wanted the average fans to be able to attend. And that is how you build.
That is how you build, and I don't... wrestling's kind of... especially over the last few years, it's it's a family oriented thing. Like my kids watch it. You watch wrestling with your kids in the room, and it's like, be nice if they grow up wrestling fans, but at the same time, what are tickets going to be then?
Yeah, right.
$2,000, $3,000 a ticket.
Yeah, exactly.
If you want to lead us into Kofi recruit,
Yeah, that was so. Javon Evans, talking to the GM a little bit about big things coming, and then Kofi and Grayson Waller show up.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I don't know. It had when he told Waller to get lost, and he kind of tried to. I don't know if you want to call it recruiting Javon Evans or trying to mentor him.
Put the idea in his head that he could join them or not even them. He actually, because Javon did respond and was like, no, and he's like, well, I'm just saying, if you need help moving your career along, we know a way.
New Day 2?
So you know my feelings on the New Day. I enjoyed it, but my goodness, they are one of the greatest tag teams ever. I'm not going to deny it, just because I didn't enjoy it as much as everybody else. And they did make me laugh. They were funny. But there was a stretch where I was like, okay, now's a good time to break them up. And I feel like I said that for 3.5 years.
They went on a long time. I mean, they went on too long. I was in the same boat where I was like, oh man, I like the New Day. And then it got to the point where I'm like, okay, New Day's all right. And then it got to the point where like I felt like they were getting like 2-3 segments per Raw.
Right.
And they were already stale. And I was like, good God, like let's move on.
Right. But you add new blood like Javon Evans.
Yeah.
Although I want to see Javon do his own thing.
I do too.
Selfishly.
No, I completely agree.
Well, you can.
There might be some room in there. I don't know if we're definitely not close to a Javon Evans heel turn.
No, I don't think that's in the works.
Over.
But maybe that's another mid-card mania that they're working on.
Yep.
Javon, anybody. It's just, also with the Judgment Day, everybody has their favorite. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Big E, him getting hurt and being out.
That killed New Day.
It did. It definitely hurt. I love Kofi. I could watch Kofi. He can do things in a ring and at his age that...
I always liked the way Woods took bumps. Like, he always was really good at selling.
Yes. Like,
anytime he took the stunner or anything, like, I was like, man, he's athletic as hell. But as far as Javon Evans going forward, unless Kofi's putting together something super legit, I mean, I'm not against it.
No. Like I said, I just selfishly want to see Javon Evans on a solo run. But I also understand he's very young, brand new. If you put him into a group or a faction, there's nothing wrong with it. I just would be sad because I don't get to see him fly around the ring on his own.
I was gonna say maybe we're getting something where it's Oba, Javon Evans, and Kofi, and Javon Evans jumps off Oba's shoulders or something.
It's interesting because they kept it short and just put the idea. That's another one where they just put the idea out there and then it's done. And it's almost like you're not going to forget about it, but when you're thinking back on the Raw, you're like, that's not the first thing that jumps to your head. But man, it could be.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I think the way they're doing these little segments is they're like planting a seed, and they're like, okay, we planted that seed. Maybe we'll come back to it. Maybe we won't. But it's there.
Right.
And it's a different way to tell stories, and maybe they're able to tell stories easier that way.
Yeah.
And maybe it keeps you guessing.
Yeah, so that was interesting. We'll see where it goes, because that's one where I think we need a little more information before we can really dive into what's going to happen. So then, speaking of Oba, he is on both shows. Him and Rusev had a match. That was... So, it was short. It was not a super long match. They didn't completely bury Rusev again. Rusev had moments, but it was... Oba dominated. He finished him in 3 minutes, maybe. So does Rusev just go back to the backstage where we don't see him for a while, and Oba Given Oba deserves the rise. I'm not saying they shouldn't have done it.
We have. Oh, we didn't. I would say that's cool. They gave Rusev this segment, and they gave him the match against the new guy. But if you like really piece together what we've done with Rusev, I mean, he was eliminated in the Rumble in 2 seconds. Like we've really brought him back to bury him.
Yeah, he's on his way out almost. It feels like,
which he just got back.
Right.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
I but like in the same thing as like if I was sitting in the writers' room and I'm like, they're like, hey, what do you do with Rusev?
Right.
I don't know.
You only have so much screen time. Only one microphone, only one, match can go on at a time.
Yep.
And they are. I guess it's a good problem to have. Of how talented the roster is right now.
It's so good. It's so good.
We're talking. I mean, everybody we've talked about is. At no point are we saying like, oh, they just use this guy to waste 5 minutes and he's useless. There's no. Hot dog stand guy.
Well, the thing about it is, like, even if you look at the injury report, you can make an all-star team out of that.
Yes. So, maybe it is Rusev just is done.
Yeah.
Not, at least for now.
At least for now.
But he's in incredible shape. He
looks good in the ring, too. Like, I just don't see where we, like, unless there's 2 options. Then they're always the same 2 options. It's, do we put Rusev in a faction, or do we send him to NXT? Because, I mean, at this point,
you're just wasting time.
We're just killing
And who knows? Maybe he did. Maybe part of it, he just wanted to slow down. I don't think so, but we don't know either.
We don't know nothing about Rusev.
So then you got the other side of it. Obafemi, who is
a tank.
Yes. We've discussed him earlier because he's on SmackDown and Raw right now every week, just destroying people.
Yep.
I thought it was interesting that we have him pin Rusev, win the match, and immediately after, well, between segments, next week on Raw, Brock Lesnar Open Challenge. Like, immediately after. They didn't wait. That has, I mean, physically, the 2 most gifted.
Yeah, 100%. I'm torn. I'm torn looking at the board. If we go Oba and we go Lesnar, what are we doing with Gunther?
Correct.
But Gunther Oba makes no sense. We're not going to kill 2 rising stars.
No,
We're not going to pin them.
I honestly will say, going into this WrestleMania, and I'll probably sound like an idiot in 5 weeks when we look back.
Mm-hmm.
Lesnar's in a spot where he's probably going to lose at Mania. I don't see many avenues where he comes out a winner unless they give him a push into SummerSlam. I don't think he's down for. I think he's overrun like that.
There's no way he's winning at Mania. No. Yeah.
Right. It's just. It's crazy. So, back to what you said. If you. Gunther throws a wrench into everything.
He really does. Because we don't know. He wasn't on Raw.
Nope. But he will be next week.
He will be next week. And for what?
Right. So.
Is there anybody in mind that you think of when Gunther comes out into the ring, he starts talking, that's going to come out and take on?
I guess, like you said, you mentioned earlier, you get Lesnar, Oba. If that's the route they go, you could go Gunther joins with Heyman and then you get Seth Gunther, but I mean, that's essentially the same exact storyline that we mentioned with Seth versus Lesnar. You just swap them out. But then
I'm baffled.
Right.
I'm baffled for the Gunther side. Because there's no way he's just not going to have a match at Mania.
Right.
And there's nobody really to put him against.
Everybody's afraid to lose their career.
Oh, you had the idea this week.
Yes. That is another option.
You had the idea this week.
So, Dragon Lee, he took the mask off. People, actually, I was shocked by how many people were actually mad on the internet.
Oh, yeah.
They were like, you don't do
touch that mask.
No. And they were even more upset that I believe you could see his face. I didn't go back and watch super closely. They said that's so disrespectful. Rey Mysterio. Does he come out and defend the Lucha honor?
If he does, I don't know what the odds are, but Gunther's retiring Rey Mysterio.
If that happens.
If
I
that
agree.
happens.
And I don't want to see that either, just because if Rey goes, that's like childhood written all over.
Yeah, I don't know. And we haven't seen Rey.
No. Silence.
But we haven't seen Gunther.
But I will say that Rey has been brought up in these Judgment Day segments with Dom. His name keeps getting mentioned. And like we said multiple times already today, they don't just put they don't say things like that.
No.
With no purpose.
Everything counts.
Right. You might think it means nothing. And then all of a sudden in 2 weeks you're going, wait a minute. But that's an option.
The other thing that comes to mind for Mania, is there any circumstance where you see Gunther losing? And who would it be? I was trying to think about that today. I was like, if Gunther faced blank, he would lose.
Obafemi. But we don't want that.
Obafemi is a good pick. I can't see any world where Oba or Gunther loses at Mania.
No, I agree. You would be... They almost built Gunther up to where he cannot lose. Because if he loses, what does that say about the Styles retirement, the Cena retirement, and Goldberg, if you want to go back that far? But seriously, if he retires these guys, and then you have them come out at Mania and lose, that doesn't look good. That really, really brings down his stock.
Yep.
And they can't afford that. Now, at some point, obviously, he's going to lose. I don't think it's Mania.
I don't think so either. The other person that we forgot that is the solo that, hasn't been confirmed. We don't know where Kevin Owens stands.
Yeah.
If he makes it back. I don't think he beats either of those guys, but I'd love to see him in a segment with...
I'll tell you what.
Anybody.
Yeah. And Kevin Owens will take the loss. He's that type of guy. He will go for the push.
Absolutely. Yeah, so that's where we're at with Oba, with Gunther, with Lesnar. We're out in the middle of the woods. We don't know what's going on.
Exactly.
We're just floating. We're just watching every week, and we're just taking it in because it's like...
It's entertaining.
It's entertaining. We got 5 weeks. If we don't have answers after Monday, when everyone shows up...
Yeah.
I don't know what to say anymore.
Right. So, that's it. Next week is a big week. We'll see what they announce, what gets at least maybe some sort of direction, or not. Maybe they're just going to keep messing with our minds.
Yeah. I don't know, and I'm never a person who watches wrestling and doesn't have a theory. I'm like, oh, you know what's going to happen, or like I think I know what's going to happen.
There's a couple.
Obafemi and Lesnar probably likely, but that really leaves Seth in the woods. Because like you said, Seth, unless we're just running it back with Logan Paul, doesn't make sense. We have so much loose ends to tie up. It's crazy. But anyway.
But then we definitely have one match we know is happening. And that is CM Punk, Roman Reigns. They're not messing with it. They had a promo. Punk came out. He was starting to give his, get the crowd into it, talking Seattle. The Usos came out, which again, 54th storyline. I think that's the number you used earlier.
Yes.
Now, this one I understood because last week Punk called out his family. They say disrespected it.
Yes, he called out his family. I don't know. The other thing that I was thinking about when we were looking at the board was, we don't just have a face versus face Cody Randy. We have a face versus face Punk Roman. When have we ever had two main events face versus face? I don't think ever. I don't think that's ever happened.
Right. But we are leading down an avenue so the Usos came out and they didn't attack. they knocked Punk on his ass, but they didn't, jump him or nothing, and that was the end of it. And it was all about respect. That was all Punk kept bringing up, is every single person in that family he respects and respects him except Roman. I enjoyed the way he pushed that, because the way Roman did treat when he was in the when he was the tribal chief, he just used the Usos and Sami Zayn.
Absolutely.
So I enjoyed that angle, but where I understand the contract. I understand Roman was a workhorse for years and years and years, and he's earned it. But man, I really, really want our main event of WrestleMania personally to show up every week.
Definitely, or at least every 2 weeks.
Yes. So they have him coming next week.
Mm-hmm.
They announced, it was crazy that they announced Roman's going to be there, Lesnar's going to be there. They got a Bayley versus Lee for the title. It's in Texas. It's on 316. Do with that what you will. I mean, there's a guy.
That is
from Texas.
He's from Texas. Yes, very big Texas guy. I believe he lives in like Vegas now, but I'm pretty sure he would love to make a trip down to Raw on 316, and
so, that'll be awesome. I don't care if he just comes out, stuns someone, drinks beer, smashes 2 beers, and leaves.
Oh yeah! Did you see what Danhausen said about Austin?
No.
He says he'll curse him, he'll make him bald, or he'll shave his goatee. I was like, what?
So maybe you get a Danhausen get stunned. And then he curses Austin.
God knows. But yeah, when you like you said, they did announce a lot of people for that show on Monday. And they're all like it's a big show.
Yeah, I think... So, obviously, Lesnar Roman had their feud for years.
Yep.
But anytime you put Roman on a show and Lesnar on a show, that place, it's going to be a big show.
Yep.
I think this is a week where we really find out a lot of things that are happening.
I think so. And especially, I feel like we can piece the puzzle together if we can find out where Lesnar's going.
Yes, and he's coming out to issue his open challenge again at WrestleMania. If somebody answers, like you said, that clears up so many questions. Who answers? What are the actual options of people answering?
It's Oba. It's definitely Oba. I was going to say that if Lesnar appeared in a segment, he wouldn't be calling people out. He would have F5 Seth already.
You don't think it's Gunther?
No. I don't think so. I mean, unless... You think Brock's ready to retire? That's the problem now. I'm starting to think if Gunther's having a match, the next guy is probably retiring.
Correct. And there's only so many guys who can retire.
Yeah, I don't
Brock
see
is one of them.
I don't see Gunther taking on Javon Evans and him retiring. I just don't. He's another guy who doesn't have a Mania match.
Right.
I mean, I get that him and Trick, they don't have anything right now, but as far as filling time at Mania, a lot of talent there. I mean, unless they're putting him in the Battle Royal or whatever.
As much as I love the Battle Royal, those guys do not need to be in it. They
No.
need to be in a match. And we'll see if Kofi takes Javon anywhere.
What did you think of Jimmy laying the right hand in on Punk?
Yeah, that was... So, they have it set up where Jay's, not a loose cannon and Jimmy's level-headed.
Yep.
He knocked him. Like I said earlier, knocked him on his ass.
Yep.
I liked it. Good touch.
Absolutely. I think that, moving forward, it makes me wonder, is the Usos...
Are they going to be in his corner?
Are they in his corner? Are we reforming the bloodline?
We could be.
Reforming the bloodline does give Roman options to not have to show up every week.
Correct. That I agree with. And I know I complained, but I know he's not going to show up every week. I just personally, from a fan's perspective, and I think most fans would agree, and I get why they don't. I get why he's not there every week.
Yep.
But man, you want to see it for the last month going into Mania.
You want to see it. The other thing that I want to bring up before we hop on to next week, we have that weird feud going with the Wyatt Six trying to get their lantern back from Solo's team.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Do you think, are we getting... I don't even care about Mania. Forget Mania. Forget
right.
next week. Let's go ahead. Let's jump ahead 3 months from now. Where do you want to see Uncle Howdy? Where do you want to see Solo Sikoa? Because they're very good lost entity.
Correct.
Especially Solo, man. Solo at one point beat John Cena at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And now we're here.
Yeah, Solo was riding high, top dog, and that was back with Bloodline. You know, he took over as he did. He kind of got lost in the shuffle.
Yep.
But they still have this storyline going, though, where so you don't completely forget about them. Uncle Howdy. Now listen, I love the idea. I love the story. I think that they could go anywhere with him, and I would be a fan. That's my type of storylines where they get a little weird. I guess I'd say.
Absolutely. I just don't. I don't know. Like, are we really just having a for the lantern match? And if we are, after that ends, but like, a lantern on a pole match.
Right.
Like, what are we doing? But like, once this is over, I mean, don't get me wrong. Solo's got a strong team. The Wyatts are always in the tag team thing. But are we actually getting anything out of Solo and Uncle Howdy as solo competitors? You think they're just going to stay in the team, or?
I kind of think the Wyatt Six kind of has to stay together. As now, you could push one, as you know, your top dog, and I think that'd be obviously Uncle Howdy. But man, I think if you did it now, it'd feel forced because they've been just.
Yeah, I guess I just had bigger expectations for Uncle Howdy.
Same. Well, I mean, back with Wyatt, we thought that they could have done huge things with it, and it never panned out or took off.
Am I wrong to say that I feel like they picked the wrong Wyatt team to put around them?
What are you thinking?
I don't know. I don't know who it should have been, but I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with the team that he's got now. It just doesn't hit for me.
No.
Like when I see him doing the promos, I'm like, oh man, he looks just like Bray. Like I get the vibe from it, and then I see the whole team come out, and I'm like, you can't emulate. And I'm not saying they're trying to emulate. You can't emulate Harper, Rowan, Strowman. Like, it doesn't. There's nothing there.
Right. I agree with that. They that's a one of a kind faction, and obviously, we'll see. I think it's. I don't want to say dead. I mean, they can build a story for anyone. And the Wyatt Six story is interesting.
Yep.
So I do think they could push it. Would fans be into it, though?
Yeah, it's one of those things, too, where it's like, Bray was so good at whoever you put him with at elevating them.
Yes.
Like, when he got Alexa, like, he made that work with The Fiend. Like, that whole thing worked. And when he brought Randy into the Wyatt family, you were like, oh, this works. And I just don't get the same
feeling.
I don't get the same feeling. I love the aura. Love when they come out. Love the song, the lights.
The other side of that, Solo, maybe, like you said, maybe another Bloodline run type deal. We hinted towards it Monday night. Now, whether that was just throw people out there, like, okay, you've got the Usos coming out there to defend their family. Maybe that's all it was. Maybe that is it, that it's over. But I don't think so. I think they tie it back up with Roman.
I think so. The other thing that I was thinking about, as far as the Bloodline goes, and I know I always take credit for the Bloodline. I know I have told this a million times. Like, remember when Roman was getting booed and they were trying to push him? I was like, put him with the Usos. Let's put a faction together. I'm not saying I had the idea for the Bloodline. I originally said, put him with the Usos and just force a faction. And I'm kind of thinking, like, if we ever do that again, like, maybe that's where we need to put Nia.
Yeah.
Let's put her in the bloodline.
Yeah.
I know it sounds crazy, but like...
No, I honestly think that when you get factions that you have men and women in it, it works really well.
It does.
Judgment Day is shown that, and yeah, I mean, if you want to go way back, DX with China, I mean, it works.
I love that, and I love that idea. I think that she deserves that. She's been there for a long time, but I don't know, dude, they take the time to put the bloodlines back together?
If you do, it's a passing of the torch, because Roman's time's coming to an end.
It's true, and I don't think...
I don't see him sticking around for another couple of years.
And I also don't see Punk sticking around for a couple of years.
No, we're going to have a lot of new blood.
Yep, maybe Gunther goes on an absolute party with all these people leaving. He takes out Punk at SummerSlam, Roman at the next Mania.
Goes down as the greatest of all time for...
Well, you know what? Now that we're down the road, do we ever get Roman and The Rock? Or is that dead?
I get the feeling Rock is...
He's past that.
I think so. With the whole Cena thing, and then all of a sudden The Rock just disappeared. Mm-hmm. The final boss, everybody was into it. They're like, this is great. The final boss. And then all of a sudden, The Rock and Cena's heel turn, and then all of a sudden The Rock's gone.
Yeah, and you know what? Cena's never, ever thrown anybody under the bus ever in the company. Like, he's just not that guy. But when he said that somebody in an interview called, like, his heel run, like a failed heel run, and he's like, who said it was failed? And he's like, I was up all night coming up with ideas, and I would reach out, and they would be like, well, The Rock's not really available for that. And then it was, Travis Scott's not really available for that. So Cena put a time in to get that done, and he didn't bury anybody, but it kind of made it sound like they weren't
He's
there.
a little salty over it.
They weren't busy. They were too busy for him.
Yeah. And that's where Roman Rock, if it's to happen, it's SummerSlam or Mania.
It is. I think you're right. I don't think The Rock's coming back. I don't think that he has the time for it. And when he does have the time for it, he's done. He's done. That's okay, though.
And maybe down the road you get one more retirement match. Yeah. But
it won't be with Gunther.
No.
No, I don't think it'll be with Gunther.
The thing about Gunther is I like the idea that he is running through these guys, retiring them. But man, oh man, fans hate him because of it.
They do. He's got more heat right now than anybody.
Yeah.
But I think you had a good idea. I think Rey Mysterio is a good idea for as far as retirement goes. Rey Mysterio is the first person that I remember see wrestle in like 1996 or 7, and he's still wrestling.
And he's wrestling well.
Like, you don't get in there and you're like, oh, get out.
Yeah.
Like, no, like, it isn't that way at all. No. Okay, so heading into this week, we got a massive Raw.
Massive Raw. We have SmackDown is going to be, I think, a lot of tying up loose ends with Drew and Fatu.
I'm excited to see what kind of rage Drew is on.
Yes.
I can't wait. He's going to be in the parking lot flipping cars before the show.
And they told him that if Cody didn't win the Rumble or the Chamber, he would not get a title match. Here we are. So, he's going to
lose it.
But I'll tell you what, Fatu and him, like you said, there's going to be mayhem. It's going to be a bloodbath.
I love that match. I know it doesn't hit the same as far as on the, like, when you look at it on the card, but from an aggression standpoint, from both characters, I think we don't talk about Jacob Fatu enough as far as what he's done in the time he's been there. Mm-hmm. He's got a little bit of a following.
Yeah. So that's what I'm looking forward to most Friday night.
Yep. Me too. I want to see what they do with that. I want to see how Nick Aldis handles it. Yep. Because Aldis, us old heads want to see Magnus return into the ring, but at the same time, he is a good. You know what? I'm happy to see 2 GMs on each show, though.
Yeah.
The guy was missing for years, and now they've got 2 good ones, and it's fun. Now it's time to bring back the aura of SmackDown versus Raw.
That would be awesome.
Now would be the time for it, because there was a lot of times where like they competed and they would talk about each other on the shows.
Yep.
And then they'd have like big Survivor Series matches, or they would meet in the Rumble, and like that's missing in wrestling.
Yes. The inter-rivalry.
Inter-rivalry is important.
Yes.
As far as the outer rivalry, Sunday we have AEW Revolution. I will be live streaming it for those of you who want to follow along. We're going to go match by match Sunday night. I believe it starts at like 7 p.m. I'll double check that and I'll post on our Instagram or Facebook page. A lot of good matches on there. As far as so we got SmackDown, we got AEW Revolution, and then we're going right into the 316 Raw.
Yeah, I can't imagine they missed that opportunity.
I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't think so.
And like I said, he doesn't need to do much.
Nope.
You hear the glass break, and now Lesnar's open challenge, glass breaks. People would no, that's not happening.
Okay, well let's really go down the rabbit hole before we call it a day. Is there anybody that matches up with Austin for a match at Mania? Because, you know, after he had the match with Owens, which we said, God, I hope that doesn't happen. It happened. That was a couple years ago now. Went well.
Yeah, they looked great. He looked great. I mean, Kevin Owens is.
And ever since then, you know, there's always the smoke and fire routine with wrestling. Austin never really said, you know, I won't do another one.
No.
It's a reach.
And he was adamant that he would never do another one before that.
So, is there anybody that pops into your head where you're like, yeah, Austin and so-and-so is a great match?
Oh.
That makes sense.
I like anybody. As long as we get Austin in the ring, I'm in.
Obviously, we're not getting, you know, anybody in the main. We're not getting anybody in the Vision. We're not going to...
No, I don't think there's anybody right now. It's so hard because I think everybody's tied up. I don't think it's a possibility for this year.
No, probably not. Maybe a nice segment.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to get... That's another thing about WrestleMania so far is... You're going to get these segments where that includes a legend or two or some... But
we don't have a host of WrestleMania either yet.
No, we don't.
And we don't... Also, there's one... I mean, this is probably dead, and he's just there. The Miz doesn't have anything.
Well, he's cursed.
Well, he is cursed. Is the Miz's career done?
No. Now, well, what do you mean? I think he's still going to be in ring here and there. But...
In ring here and there. Do you ever see him sliding back into like an IC title picture? Or do you think there's just too much young talent?
I think there's too much young talent, and I think he's the type of guy to step aside for the young talent.
I think so, too. I think like the reason that he's still around is because he's the perfect guy to where they can pick up the phone and be like, hey, we have a WWE interview here, and we need somebody to do it. Like, who's better in camera in front of that guy?
Right. He is a great company guy, and he will... I think if he picked up the phone and said, hey, I want one more run, I think they'd probably make it happen, but I just don't think he would.
Maybe he's the retirement guy. I mean, I don't see him retiring. I could see him retiring in ring.
Yeah. And then being a mentor. He's going to be the locker room mentor for... Well, he wanted for the whole roster. He gets Danhausen.
Well, this was fun. We got we covered all the shows.
Yes.
What a good week of wrestling, and what a good time in wrestling.
Yes, it is. It's very exciting. A lot of open avenues.
And we're not going to be able to like walk away from the screen Monday night if all of this is going on.
Right.
Like there's no breaks in there, and we haven't even added in like small stuff that goes on. So
no. So hopefully next week you enjoy this episode and you tune in next week and we get a little clearer path to WrestleMania.
Absolutely. Make sure to like, subscribe, and pass it along to somebody. If you have somebody in your family or a friend who likes wrestling, we're going to be here every week. So
yes, sir.
Absolutely. We'll see you next week.